So what we're going to do now, we're going to basically add makeup. The same steps I do to add makeup to somebody who wasn't wearing makeup. We're going to zoom on the eye. We're going to make her eyes look dead. So we're going to rename this layer. So eyes, and this one's going to be lips. Not fast enough. Okay, so let's work on the lips first. We want them to be a nice deep red color. I've got a good deep red here. Select on the lips layer. We're going to choose a brush. Make sure it's a good size and a good color, and we're just going to highlight her lips. And if her teeth were showing, we'd want to go around her teeth and not correct those. We'll run into that over with her eyes. I'll show you what we'd do for that. I'm just going to color in this red. It doesn't have to be exact. You want it to be, you know, fairly well covered, and go all the way to the corners. Okay, now quick steps. We change the layer to a soft light. Notice it's turned red, and we're going to go to filter, filter blur, Gaussian blur, and we can make it harder, which would be like this, or softer, which would make it disappear more. And in this case, I want it a little harder. I like that look, so we're going to choose OK. So the lips are done, and we don't have to really clean those up. We got lucky. Now we're going to go with the eyes, and we're going to go with either a deep blue or a dark gray or even a purple color, a deep purple. Let's go with a dark gray and see how this works. We want her to look kind of dead. This is almost zombie-ish, so not too big here. Alright, and same method. We're going to paint around her eyes and over her eyelashes, but under her eyebrow. It's almost like putting on eyeshadow for someone. In fact, it is the same thing as putting on eyeshadow for someone. If you want to change their eyeshadow color, this is how you do it. Okay, so those are selected. Same steps again, soft lights, and we're going to do a filter blur, Gaussian blur, and that wasn't much, so we're going to, let's see, show you this. The settings really don't matter. You just really need to adjust what it looks like. The lower the radius, the darker it's going to be. Okay, we don't really want eyeshadow, but we're going to choose that, and I'm going to mask it off and get rid of what I don't want, which are eyebrows. It will bleed into the eyebrows. We want her to look dead, not like she's wearing gray eyeshadow. You can do the same thing. Let's zoom out. Now she's got that dead look. Another way to do it, let's do it with a red color. Red color gives a little more intensity, kind of like for the lips. And we'll go back. Let's choose that. A deeper red color. And we'll do it again. We'll just do a different version really quickly. Oops. There we go. And I'll do this tighter around her eyes, so that you can kind of see a little bit of the difference. Okay, so soft light, Gaussian blur, and we'll make it a little softer. Okay, good. We're going to mask it off, clean it up. So we don't want her eyes. Great, or her eyebrows. And we can add the gray back in too if we wanted just a deeper, darker. I like the gray, but I'm going to turn the opacity down. Okay, so that's what we got. Kind of zombie-ish. And we're almost done. I'm going to go ahead and work with it here. Now, our last step, we've done everything. We're going to put the background in. So we go all the way to the bottom. Add a new layer, and I've got here's Edward, And here's Emma. Now we're going to put our Hogwarts background in. Control A to select, Control C, go back to Emma. We're going to paste in our background. Make sure it's a good size. We can get kind of what we want. And zoom in a little, zoom in some more, kind of inspect what we've got. You'll notice when I cleaned up the edges around her arm, we get that white pattern. And that's what I was talking about. So we're going to go ahead and clean that mask up. We're going to darken that up just by selecting the mask and going with like a black color, just to get rid of some of this glow that's there. The glow does help a little bit. It gives you a little bit of an effect, but you don't want too much, or it looks like you photoshopped it all in. So we're good almost all the way around. The only place we're really kind of hitting it is right in here. Okay, we're almost done. Almost done. We've gone, we'll select all of our layers and group them. Control G. So we can turn off all of those, and now you'll see there's Emma. Before and after, we're going to add the titling now. There's a really cool font called Twilight that we can add. We're going to add it above. We're going to add her name. We're going to do it in a white color. So we'll choose that first. And we've selected a layer there. My font's already been chosen to Twilight. And Emma. Make it a little bigger. 128 points, probably good. Okay. Cool font. We're going to add a little brush to it. Make it look a little grungy. And so let's see here. Add a layer just above it. Go down in our size to about 500. Maybe a little less. 200. Alright, 300. That's all I'm doing right here. Okay. We add a little white stamp underneath it, and we pretty much have Edward from Twilight. There's Edward. There's our font, Twilight font. We could add these horizontal lines. One more step that I forgot. We can make this text titling look a little bit more realistic. Is we can do a little stamp to it, so we'll rasterize that layer. We'll go to the eraser tool. We're going to choose kind of a splotchy eraser tool. We're going to set the opacity to about 50% and the color to black, and just grunge it up a little. And our line, and see, it adds a little grunge texture to it. And there you go. That's how you turn someone into a Twilight vampire.